What are your overall thoughts of the organization this year compared to last year?
Oof, man, so much better, so much better. It's nice to have people that you can rely on. I'm not fielding up as near, I guess, zero questions. I pass it off to Antoine or pass it off to Wes and Rebecca. So from that standpoint, it's been great for me. I have been able to focus more on just the football side of it, and I know you guys probably think I don't, um, but in reality, I have, and I definitely appreciate the ownership group helping out with that. Everything in totality is better. The players have a relationship with the ownership group that they didn't have last year, and I think that helps 100 times more. And you can speak on that. You were a player last year too.
Yeah, just having the option to come in and speak to the owners is really big in my opinion. Just because you don't have to make 3 or 4 calls just to have someone tell you, oh, they'll call you back or they'll get back to you. But having them here actually open door policy pretty much. That's what we would like to have here, continue to have.
And open discussions too. It's not all the time that we're 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 not here all the time trying to agree on everything, but more of us just getting an understanding for where everybody's at. And I think in business in general, you got to have those relationships because if everybody has to agree on everything, it's probably not going to work. So us being able to have open conversations and knowing that hey, I might have a difference of opinion, but it's not going to affect our relationship is big for any growth in a business.
What's the vision? What's the vision, Dante? What is your vision for the team?
The vision for the team is that we are in our second year after the debacle that we had with ownership last year and you guys taking over.
Second, first year.
Second, first year,
Yeah.
yeah, that we want to be able to bring back 15 to 18 players from this season to next season. We have a lot of rookies right now, so we're trying to develop them and be patient with us because if you've never played this game before, it takes a little time to get used to the dimensions, the speed, and not the speed as in the actual pace of play, but the mental pace of play.
What's the vision on defense, and how are you feeling about where the defense has come in the last few weeks?
Week one um, wasn't really good for us. Like you said, we come in with a lot of rookies, never played the game, a brand new system that I'm still working to put pieces together, pieces in place. But overall, my vision is to have top three defense in the league, and I feel as though we continue to improve week in and week out. We will be a top defense in the league.
So we've had a lot of quarterbacks.
Yes, we have.
What's going on with the quarterback situation?
Let's see. I'm on 9 quarterbacks in 16 games. 9 quarterbacks in 16 games. Some of them due to injury. Um, it's a part of the process. You're evaluating guys off of film. They get here and they just don't catch on as much as you would like them to. It's a very difficult position to play. It's the one reason why the NFL doesn't have 32 great quarterbacks. We're trying to find the right person for this offense, and we'll continue searching until we find them. But we do like what we have here right now. One of these two guys will end up being your future quarterback.
Okay, Dante, do you want to address why we've seen so many transactions this season within the organization?
Yeah, you come in with the game plan of the film that you've watched, and then you evaluate it when it physically arrives on your doorstep. And not everybody's film has been accurate to their play. So you're trying to still get the right pieces to your offense, to his defense in play. So we're closer now than ever before. I don't see us having that many more transactions. And if anything, it's going to be based off of injury. We're comfortable with where we're at as far as the players that we've now got here. So it's necessary to go through that. We're not the only team in the league that has multiple transactions. It's just when players are not meeting your needs from your scheme and your system, you have to make adjustments. And I know people get attached and fans get attached to certain players. But at the end of the day, we have to do what's best for the team and organization long term.
So how do you think the second half of the season looks for the Marshals?
We feel comfortable with where we're at and with the direction that we're heading. We gotta. The offense is definitely going to pick it up. Defense has basically turned it around over the last 3 games. Finding a quarterback that can operate my offense is very critical, and we do believe we have one of those 2 guys here. Which one it is exactly right now, still up in the air, but we do feel like we are 100 times closer now than we were at any other point in the season. So now it's just time to cash in on those touchdowns.
So we play Southwest Kansas this weekend in Southwest Kansas. What do you think about going into this game?
It's a must-win game for us. Seeing that they beat Topeka and we don't play Topeka this season, this could catapult us right. And at least we win this game, we go into the 6th spot right away, and then we just capitalize on that. But it should be fun. They have a nice venue there, very nice arena. Fans seem to be great down there. But we're coming on a business mission.
So yeah, on the offense side of it, Antoine, how do you feel about Southwest Kansas offense going into this game?
I'm not really sure who they're going to have at quarterback this week, but if they continue to have T-Card there, I feel really comfortable with that. We just have to come make tackles as a unit, not allow individuals to, or hope an individual make a tackle. We just have to game tackle, run to the ball, and good things will happen. The biggest thing is just to continue to support from the fans.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, they really going out there each and every game, putting everything on the line for you guys, also for themselves as well. So the biggest thing is to continue to support these guys.
Yeah. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that fans don't understand. And we don't expect for you guys to understand. We appreciate you guys being fans. I'm a fan of many teams myself, and I know how it is. And nothing that you ever say to us is personal. We respect your opinions, and you have the right to have that opinion.
After this year,
Mm-hmm.
as we're moving into next year,
Mm-hmm.
what do you hope the team looks like for next year? I know we're still in the middle of the season this year,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, obviously you're planning ahead. You're trying to build a long-term goal for the team. So this isn't just, you're not making moves just for this year. You're making long-term moves, right?
Correct. Yeah. Like the goal, like I said earlier, the goal is for us to bring 15 to 18 guys back. Some of those guys are local guys. We're finding out we got the twins here. Really, I think they have a high upside as far as the receiver position goes.
Jaleel Snipes.
Yep.
Coming along
Mm-hmm.
at an exceptional pace.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we're trying to bring. We're trying to bring back players from this year to next year so that we can start off like the Sioux Cities, the Salinas, the teams that have been around for a while that's bringing back 80% of their players. So now we're not starting off in a slow position, not knowing what we have at quarterback, not knowing what we have at defensive line, offensive line. We'll have a level of consistency, an expectation for these players as we finish off this season going into next.
Why is that so important? Why is it so important to have like 80% return of your players?
Well, teaching my offense can be a little complicated to try to do it 3 years in a row. If you have 80% of your offensive players return, you might be only teaching 1 or 2 guys the new system, and it's easier for them to catch on when everybody else is knowing what to do. So it's important for just continuity and being able to jump out of the gates in the season on fire.
So if I'm a fan and I'm frustrated that we've seen loss after loss on the road and at home, what do you have to say to the fans out there that are just frustrated with these losses right now?
Be patient with us. This is it's a new organization. We're doing things the right way. We want to be here for the long haul. I mean, if you're a fan, stick with us. Understand that this is a process. We're trying to bring great players to the community. And these leagues, we know that the community involvement is just as important as the play. So we're trying to find a perfect match for Rapid City and player, and we feel like we're on that track right now.
Like I say, just all about being patient right now. We're not out here trying to purposely lose games. We're just trying to put the right pieces together, just so everything, like Coach Dudley said, put everything in community and on the field to work together as well.
Gillette just got a team, the Mustangs, in 2021. So this is their third season. Where were the Mustangs in their first year? How did they stack up in their season? I mean, just for local fans that may just now be fans of the Champions Indoor Football League, and maybe this is their first experience in indoor football. How did another first year organization like the Mustangs stack up their first year?
So the first year, the Mustangs did not win a game.
They won one game.
They won. No, it wasn't a league game, right?
No, they beat Dodge City.
Okay. We won 2 games our first season, and in their second season, they won 3 games, and we almost edged them out for a playoff position if we'd have won a third game. So right now, under what happened last year, it makes it easier for Gillette to have players bypass Rapid City based on the consistency of their organization. And that's where Wes and Rebecca come in, and now we know we have solid foundation from the owners. And we won't run into that situation going into next year. Teams won't pass up Rapid City to go to Gillette. Not to say that I'm pretty sure Cedric and that organization might have some ties, and there's going to be players that really like their coaching style and stuff like that. But when it comes to a new player, they'll come to Rapid City over Gillette just based off of what type of city this is.
So what you're saying is it's not uncommon for a first-year organization to go through the same types of hurdles, just winning games as Rapid City is right now.
Yeah, I mean, Topeka is in year 2 and they haven't won a single game. And they probably have way more turnover than Rapid City. But I like to see we have light at the end of our tunnel, and you're about to see it here shortly.
I've been a part of 3 expansion franchises. Bismarck when they first came around, last year here, and Dodge City when they came back. It just takes time. Like not gonna just fly out the gates and undefeated season and win a championship right away. Those are very, very rare instances. Some teams, you start off the bottom, then next year completely flip because they figure out how to do certain things from either whether it's game day ops, recruiting, game planning. It just takes time.
Sioux City's been around for almost 20 years. Omaha almost
over 20. They've been over 20. Yeah.
Omaha over 20 years. Salina, how long have they been around?
They were a couple teams. They were with the Bombers before.
But had a consistent team in their town for
maybe 7, 8 years.
7, 8 years.
7,
yeah.
8 years consistently.
And they just won their first championship. I mean, Omaha just got their first championship in the CIF recently, right?
2 years ago.
Yeah. So these things take time. But man, is arena football an enjoyable experience, though.
It is.
Regardless of the outcome, you can definitely have a good time at the game.